Okay, welcome back. I'm going to do a little bit of a shorter video just so that I can get back to studying, but I thought this would be a good little break. The flamingos are doing really, really well now that I've kind of changed around um, how many people are allowed in here. I'll just have to keep my eye on it in the future. Anyways, I made a couple changes to the building, as you can see coming up here. I made an entryway that I think I'm pretty happy with, and I'll just make adjustments to the rest of the building around it. You can give me feedback though, but this feels pretty nice. This feels pretty grand, and that's the vibe I was going for. I got some benches out here. I have a little ATM slot so people, and some privacy screens like this. Isn't that clever? Anyway, I'm gonna add more, but I didn't want to decorate too much without you. I also set up this netting thing, which um, probably put more effort into it than needed. Like I made a whole system where these ropes were holding it down. And I'm not done yet. I did this last night and then I was getting tired. But added a couple washrooms too, and then allowed people in here. And then I also finished most of what the waterfall section is going to look like. I think the foliage is important now so that I can figure out what looks good and then what I need to adjust. I also increased the size of the platypus area. It's 224 meters. It's like 2.5 meter depth. And they're pretty happy with it. I think what I'm going to do later, is I'm going to pop this open, move these around a little bit, and then there's going to be a little bit of like an outside portion to their habitat so people can kind of see them outside. Anyways, I think I want to do the peafowls today. I think that's what I'm going. Oh, another thing I did, I also fixed some of these. This one, I did it a different way, like I just replaced the walls, and then I'll probably go back and fix it later. Um, but what I did over here is I used panels, so the outside was still the limestone, but the inside, as long as you're, oh my goodness, you're looking at it from here, you see the glitchiness, different texture wall. But without further ado, let's get in here. I also fixed most of the grass and stuff for these people. Okay, and then just ignore that. I know that they're escaping, but they aren't really escaping. Like, he's just in this corner. It's fine. It's actually fine. These were more of just markers for where I wanted certain things to go. My plan here, right by that tree where I marked the ground, I want kind of a bigger tree. I'm just trying to figure out what would look good. I want a little bit more of a tropical vibe, but I don't want to just do like like I want it to have big branching cover, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like nothing like that, nothing like the palm trees because they don't cover enough of the area. I want them to have something that they can kind of rest under. Maybe a baobab, not a babao. I stuttered really hard there. That could work. It might be a little bit better, but okay. Why don't I put that there and then I'll take a look at a couple other options. This one went pretty well. I texted you about it, but I just don't know what else to say right now, you know? Maybe Korean pine. No, never mind. I thought the monkey puzzle and the Korean pine are the same in my head. See, like, again, if the kapok wasn't so tall, I'd put it in, because I love the roots. I love how wide the roots are, but it's just, I can't recreate them properly. Maybe an olive tree? I feel like these are trees I never really use. Oh, they can be so tiny. Dun, 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 dun. What are the eucalyptus? Oh, I think that's an African tree that I'm thinking of. How would that look? Just... I think it's near the bottom. I might have to select grassland though, I'm not sure. Yeah. Like, in a way, I feel like this would be better. Maybe. That's kind of the vibe I want. Just gotta make sure it's kind of rotated to an angle where guests can see into it. Or should I set it up as more of like a coverage thing? Like, ooh, maybe you can't see all of them from this one angle. Maybe like that, so people... It's kind of like, you're at the end of this, you should be looking... If you're over here, you should be looking at the platypus. Yeah, why don't we do that? Okay. Take desert off. Take Africa off. All right, now we're back where we should be. Back where we belong. Oh, I need to do this. Yeah, like that one tree took 17%. Holy shit, dude. That's nuts. Like, how much would this add? That's crazy that that counts as cover. Oh, do you know what I wonder, actually? I'll do it later, but maybe I'll add stuff like this, because I don't think they, sorry, I'm all over the place. I don't think they go into the water at all. Yeah, no, they don't. So, why can't they go there? Interesting. I'll just do it now, since it's on the top of my mind. No, I don't want these. Okay. How about there? You see what I'm doing? Are you understanding? I hope you are, because otherwise this looks insane. So anything in the water, because they don't touch the water, isn't counting towards their, how do I say it? Like, towards their coverage. So I'm free to kind of place whatever I want inside here. actually, no, I do want those. That's funny. Wait, why don't I just do this? There, okay. Anyways. Okay, how did we... Like, I kind of understand. I kind of understand. But at the same time, that's crazy. Like, I'm able to put more stuff in the water, but at the same time, you're saying... Okay, whatever. I'll deal with it. I will deal with it. Really nice, healthy eelgrass bed. Sorry. Pardon. A couple little fragmented ones over there. Okay, I know this is crazy, but what if I used one of those and made it into a sea urchin? There's one big sea urchin in there. Okay, that's weird that I, like, won't let me see some of my stuff anymore. Like how the coverage is going. There we go. That's okay. Some of the stuff too, like, how does that count as coverage? You know what I mean? Do. This one's odd over here too. Like, why are they unable to walk through this section? Riddle me that, Master of Riddles. Like it starts to get tricky when there's only so much coverage that I can have. Like, how are you guys feeling about those? Okay, I'm guessing it's 30% coverage. Okay. Let me align to water. Mm-hmm. That also kind of makes it hard for me to do um, like living walls that I was planning. But maybe if I, actually, maybe it won't be that bad. Maybe if I, yeah. So, okay, here's my thinking out loud. Once I have everything in, once I have the living walls up, I'll probably adjust the boundaries. I'll figure out where they can walk, and then I'll adjust the boundaries so that it's outside the boundaries. It'll, okay. I'll probably also have to boost their living area then too. Okay, we'll figure it out. We shall figure it out. Nope. Yep. How long have I been recording? Let's see. I only wanted to do like 30 minutes. Okay, we still got 15-ish. Those are a little bit too dark over here. That's better. Like, am I gonna have to add a faux tree to make this all work? Guess I'll find out. Aquatic, grassland, temperate, tropical. I think that might pop into the other habitat there. Or into the exhibit, rather. Is that touching the bottom? Perfect. Okay, you know what? Maybe we'll leave the plants alone and we'll move on to enrichment items for them. Yeah, why don't we put one of these in the middle? Oh, do you know what I could do? Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. No, not what I want. Structural. These too thick. Whew. Yeah. This might be good, actually. Let me turn off this first. Maybe not that one. How do these look? A little bit too bulky for what I'm going for. You know what? Maybe. Yeah, these are kind of fun. Let's change this color though. Yeah. Okay. Oh, close. Nope. Sorry, I'm focused. I should figure out how to like edit these for you. I looked it up, see if I could edit it on here. Not really, unfortunately. So why don't these snap on? Okay, this plan might not work. How big are these? Way too big. This one? Yep, still too big. Oh, actually, in wall decor. I think there's some smaller ones. Kind of. Oh, stop doing that. Those are my sound effects for it moving. Should I go pro? Let's see. And then what I do is actually, you know what? Why don't I do this first? Oop. Kind of don't want all of this in because I remember what happened last time I did that. I deleted everything by accident, so we're not going to do that. What we are going to do, though, is just take... Oh, nope. There we go. There's a couple that are the exact same orientation. I always do this. I always like make a frame for something, and then I'm like, oh, why don't I do this? And then I go and I put things, I try to put things in the exact same angle. It's like, why didn't I just do all this once? And then move everything together. And yes, I could delete the ones that don't have toppers and do it all over again, but I've already started, you know? So what am I supposed to do? I also, if the camera would just like center itself. Like I'm looking at it, why am I zooming into the left? To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box to the left. Like I feel like I'm like cranking my neck. Trying to see if these line up the way I want them. Okay, you know what, whatever. And then this is what I wanted to do. Do we like these? There. Is there an angle that I can like sit it directly on? Oh. Maybe actually. Let's see how. Is there like a 4-meter version? Oh, not of the ones I'm looking at. I think they're hanging lights, right? Yeah. I did those in the quokka habitat, and I don't really like how they look. I've been meaning to go back and change them. Okay. Hmm. Okay, that looks like it lines up. Okay. And in the middle, didn't want that. Don't know why I clicked it in the first place. I think there's a prop that I'm thinking of. I don't think I've ever used it before, so I can't remember the name. Oh, it's these domes, right? No. Or no, I think it's a wall. These are like massive for no reason, right? Yeah. That's kind of the vibe I want, but it's a little too small. That might do, actually. Can I do something that's not just gonna look fucking ugly? Not what I thought those would look. Can I do something that's not ugly? Picks potentially the ugliest looking thing in the best way possible that I could have. Sorry, I'm getting distracted again. Yeah, you don't make them automatic. Oh, yeah, let me check. Okay, it worked. Perfect. Yeah, okay, so I need to work on their shelter. And, oh, I'm over my time. Oopsies. Let me put this down quick. And maybe a couple herb markers here and there. Okay, they're already a lot happier. Their meat quality I have already adjusted. Don't you worry. But yeah, I think that was a good little start. I'll have to figure out the boundaries for the live walls, but other than that, I think this habitat is looking really good. Oh, and the hard structure or hard shelter, which I think I'm gonna make like a pagoda sort of deck that pops out of here. Like I'll probably break this wall. Um, and have like a little kind of coverage inside and outside. And then yeah, they're good to go. I like this little thing for their forage box. I think that's a fun way to decorate it. Anyway, I love you, and I'm off to study, and then I'll do more of this later tonight when I'm done. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.